Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video of you guys. If you guys saw the video last time, I installed the MST Performance intake on my Mark 7 GTI. Now what me and Calvin are actually going to do, because unfortunately the car right now doesn't really like... The car makes too much torque now for the stock Dogbone mount. So what ends up happening as I'm letting off the clutch is that the engine will buck a little bit and you'll feel it in the pedal, you'll feel it in the car, and it's not a pleasant feel. Even when you're shifting, it's like a certain pause in power before the power comes back on, because there's an interruption of the drivetrain, and that's because of the Dogbone mount underneath the car. So we're actually going to be replacing that today with... So yes, we're going to have the HPA Motorsport Dogbone mount for the MQB platform for the Mark 7 GTI. Now, just want to talk about a little bit about the part. Now, I didn't have a little bit of difficulty with the company. I'm sure that, and a lot of people do notice, they outsource their parts, well the Dogbone mount anyway, polyurethane company, out away from their shop. It's not made internally. They support, they get the material from, they outsource the material from somewhere in California. This past summer they had a lot of fires and stuff regarding, not HPA, but the outside supplier had some issues with forest fires that ruined their whole everything. So HPA took a little bit of while to send this to me due to the fact of they wanted to make sure that they gave me a product that was of great standard as the previous one, but also can hold up to the amount of torque and also to the abuse. So they did a lot of R&D with the new supplier, and they shipped this out to me as soon as they can. So I appreciate the support and everything back and forth with HPA Motorsports, and I'm really excited. I heard a lot of good things about this company, a lot of good things in regards of quality control, and a lot of good things in regards of durability and longevity. So hopefully that's the case here when we install the HPA Dogbone mount in my Mark 7. So without further ado, we already got Calvin already got the car on jack stands and good to go. All we gotta do is crawl underneath it and get it done. So without further ado, let's go ahead and install this in.
Without further ado,
shut up. Okay, so this is what the Dogbone mount looks like from HPA Motorsports. So as you can see here, there's an aluminum piece in the middle, and the whole puck is polyurethane. Now, but the really cool thing is their construction here. So this is a brand new arm or Dogbone from HPA. They get their name in there, and also the quality of this piece is really nice.
better be good.
Ooh, it better be good. No, it's fine. No, but it better be good though. Than the original Dogbone, which is what's really gonna it's really gonna keep the car rigid. So this is I'll just put the bolts in to map out how everything's supposed to be after it's all said and done. But yeah, we're gonna get this into the car right now. But without further ado, let's put this in. Let's do it. Let's put it in. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Let's put it in. Yeah, let's put this in. I had to use a breaker bar for this, so this is the Dogbone mount here. It's just weird how I'm getting this angle right now. I can't tell you guys how I'm doing this. But does it look cracked? Is that cracked right there? Right here? No? Or is that just me looking at something crazy?
No, it's not crazy.
Okay, well, this is the problem. So on a 2017 GTI, this is kind of what the Dogbone mount looks like. So the problem is that the engine is swaying back and forth as I'm accelerating. So we're gonna have to cut this out, and I'm actually gonna redo this. I'm gonna repaint this with some preventive rust in the summer, because this is bad. But and this is what New York weather will do to your car. But just to let you guys know, we're gonna actually take this bolt out, and then we're gonna take this bolt out, and these two 16mm bolts, which is the arm, and this is the original arm. So see how thin this is compared to the other one? So this is the reasoning of why we're replacing it. And yeah, so let's get that done. Let's do that.
It might be harder.
Gotcha. Okay. So right now,
you know what? No, we'll do that.
So right now we're trying to get this bolt out, but it's very difficult. So I think Calvin is trying a method here that may or may not work.
Yeah?
I said may or may not work. I didn't doubt you.
God.
Oh my God.
I turned it off right there. All right, so now, so we decided that we're gonna loosen these two 16mm bolts. So that's this one and this one. We're gonna loosen these two up. This whole arm will drop, and then we're gonna try to remove this bolt with the Dogbone out of the car. Yeah, so hopefully that'll work out the way it's supposed to. Hopefully, I'm praying. These are one-time use bolts. HPA Motorsports sends you their stretch bolts, so you can only use these once. But that's okay because HPA Motorsports supplies you with all brand new hardware needed to do this job done. So yeah, that's the good thing because this would suck. See, and the whole thing drops down. Now you gotta take the quick bolt out.
That's a workout.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's a workout.
This is very loose.
You see the shavings were coming out here and there? I don't know if you saw that.
Wait, that bolt is that short?
Yeah. Wait, no. Short. So this we gotta cut it out just for this to come off.
Yep. And then there's a plastic ring on the outside. You see it, the yellow piece?
Yes.
So yeah, that's the part that I was talking about. We have to cut through, or bend, or get a pry bar and like pry it out with like a screwdriver or something. So hopefully we can get that done. So, alright, so we got this loosened up, and now we're gonna go ahead and try to cut. We have to cut this rubber around here, and we have to get this yellow ring right here. That is bad. Jesus, this is terrible. I gotta fix this over the summer. This is bad. That's just terrible. It's really bad. And we're gonna try to get this ring out, and then we should be good to go to put the new one in. It's tiring. Oh, this is very tiring.
Oh God. Imagine I've been up since like 3 o'clock in the morning before work.
$2,000 years later.
Alright, so we have both of the mounts here. We didn't take the bolt off of this one yet. But just to show you the difference, see how thin, like right here, see how thin this is? See how thick this is? Like this is extremely thicker. If you turn them around, this is like a solid, almost a solid piece, versus this one, it's just hollow. It's just pretty much just the out exterior, like a skeleton piece of metal. And this is a lot heavier compared to this. This is a lot lighter, so it should be, this is actually built to be stronger and lighter at the same time. So yeah, so right now we're still trying to get this mount out forever. And we're gonna transfer this over to this with this hardware, and then we're gonna put this on like this. This goes on top of there, the bolt goes through there into the upper mount, and we should be good to go. So hopefully we'll see that soon. Calvin's really a trooper, and we're doing this at night, so it should be fun. All right, so as you can see, oh, this was a pain to get this ring out, but we got it out. We got the new one in, and we took turns trying to chisel it out because it was just really bad. But we got the new mount in, it's tight. And we're about to put the... Ooh, that looks good. That looks good.
It looks okay.
That looks good.
Work everything down.
Yep. Yeah, so we're going to put these 2 bolts in now that holds this into the transmission mount. Guys, remember, short bolt in the front, long bolt in the rear. A lot of people make this mistake, and then if you use the long bolt for the front, you go straight through your transmission case, and then you need a transmission. So don't do that, and just make sure that you use the short one for the front, long one for the rear. And that guy. So we're gonna torque that one to 100 millimeters, this guy here.
You mean Newman?
Yeah, whatever it is. We took this down to 70 millimeters, and we're gonna torque these down to 40 millimeters. Yeah. And my arm hurts, so I'm gonna stop holding this camera and get this done so we can see how the car is. So here we are. Alright. This is what I have to do for you guys, but that's what we have to do. Because Calvin really helped me out again, as usual. But as you can see, we got the puck, 100 Newton meters, which is about 74 foot-pounds. This bolt on the side of the HPA here, with this nut, that was with this nut, that was 54 foot-pounds of torque, and these two 16s right here and right here, those were 29.5 30 foot-pounds. So as you torque all those down, you should be good. All the bolts is really good. I can't wait to really drive it. I hope this solves the shuddering problem that I have with like normal acceleration. God, I hope this is the issue, because this is annoying. And it's 28 degrees right now. Oh my God, I have to move. But I'm gonna get from underneath this car, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think of it in the next video. Or in this video. Screw that, this video. So stay tuned, guys.
A few moments later.
Okay. Alright guys, so like I said, I was going to do a separate video, but I want to get first impressions right now of this HPA Motorsports Dogbone mount for the MQB platform. So without further ado, we're in the car. We fully installed it, as you saw in the last clip. We're going to go for a little drive right now and hopefully see some improvements. So here we go. I already notice it. No, it doesn't. The clutch engagement, much smoother now. Much smoother. A lot of you felt the engine moving back and forth before. Don't feel it anymore. No, I don't feel it anymore. Don't mind that. That's the rocks on the ground. What I really want to do is see how this thing is on the highway. So definitely so far so good with the HPA Motorsport, I can tell you that for sure. Like, I'm having no issues with shuddering, with the shudder feel of the clutch when I'm engaging it, so the engine's not bucking back and forth. Another issue that I was having was when I accelerated. So when I would go into gear, or when I would like accelerate hard into each gear, I would have an issue with power delay, obviously, because the powertrain's being moved around so much that you really can't get the correct power that you're trying to get out of the car. And you can't put all the power down to the ground because there's too much movement in the engine. So I'm going to get a quick test with that real quick. I'll turn traction control off in second gear. I want to see how it is as far as the response. So here we go. MK7